All right, get ready to dive into some pretty deep philosophical waters today,
Yeah.
because we're tackling marriage.
Oh, but not just any take on marriage.
No, not your typical relationship advice column. We are going deep with Soren Kierkegaard
Kierkegaard.
and excerpts from either or.
Ooh, dense.
It is a dense book.
It is.
So if you've tried to read it, you know.
Oh, I know.
But we are going to unpack some of the ideas for you today.
And specifically, his take on the aesthetic validity of marriage.
Ooh, yes.
It's not something you hear every day. Right?
No, not really a common phrase.
No.
But get ready for some aha moments, folks.
Get ready.
Okay, so to set this up, the section we're looking at today is written as a letter.
A letter.
It's from an older character named Judge William.
Judge William.
And he's writing to a younger friend
Okay.
who is very much caught up in romantic love.
Yeah.
All the excitement, the passion.
Young love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Judge William, he's not against romance.
No, not at all.
But he does challenge this idea that that fleeting passion is all there is.
Right. That it's enough
Right.
for a lasting relationship.
That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So speaking of passion, you know, that initial rush of first love,
Oh, yeah.
everything's new,
So exciting.
exciting.
Full of possibility.
Kierkegaard actually argues that this firstness is part of what makes romantic love so captivating.
It's like I remember that first time I saw the Grand Canyon.
Right.
That feeling of awe, you can get it again.
You can't replicate that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And Kierkegaard compares it to like
he does.
the bloom of a flower.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's unique. You
And
can't,
it fades.
it fades and you can't get it back.
You can't know.
And he's saying that's part of what we're drawn to
Yeah.
in those early stages.
It's that intensity
It is.
that pulls us in.
Yes. Okay, but then we get to the honeymoon phase is over.
Yeah. Right.
And this is where Judge William points out a lot of relationships start to...
They falter.
They falter.
They struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We cling to that initial spark.
That spark.
But it's like trying to hold on to
Smoke.
smoke.
Yes.
It slips through your fingers.
It does.
Yeah.
And so this is where he proposes a shift
A shift. Okay.
from purely aesthetic love to
The
ethical love.
ethical love.
Okay, so I gotta say, ethical love, it doesn't exactly scream.
Romance it. No, it's not like...
What does that even mean?
Right.
Break it down for us.
Okay, so think of it this way.
Okay.
Ethical love, it's about making a choice,
Okay.
a conscious choice to love,
Okay.
even when the sparks fade.
All right.
So you're building a life together.
Uh-huh.
You go through good times,
Yeah.
bad times.
The bad times?
It's a commitment.
Okay.
It goes beyond those initial feelings. So less about falling in love and more about choosing to love.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And it's not about stifling passion or settling into a routine.
Right.
Judge William actually believes that ethical love, it can be more fulfilling.
Really?
Yeah.
More exciting than just aesthetic love.
Yeah, because it involves growth.
Oh, interesting.
And evolution.
It's a journey.
Okay, but I'm still a little bit stuck on this idea of the first.
Yeah.
Like, why are we so drawn to it?
Oh, it's powerful.
Even if we know
It is.
it's fleeting.
Kierkegaard describes it as this explosive force
Okay.
that pulls you in, but it can also be overwhelming,
Okay.
like even frightening.
Oh, wow.
He uses some pretty intense language,
I read.
talking about how we're both attracted and repulsed by it.
Wait, repulsed.
Repulsed, yeah.
I don't quite follow that.
Okay, think about it.
Okay.
That intensity of first love,
Yeah.
exhilarating.
Yeah.
But it can also feel like you're...
Losing control. You're losing control.
Yeah.
It's powerful. It leaves you vulnerable, exposed.
So we're drawn to it,
Yeah.
but also afraid of it.
Exactly.
And that fear can lead us to chase that
Chase it
over and over.
over and over again.
Even though
we know.
you can't get it back.
Yeah.
Like that first time at the Grand Canyon.
You can't replicate it.
You can't.
Nope.
So I guess that explains why some people just jump from
Yeah. Relationships.
one relationship to another.
Just chasing that.
Always chasing that high.
Yes.
And Judge William would say
He would say.
that actually prevents us from
Yeah.
experiencing the deeper,
More enduring.
more enduring love.
Love.
So then how do we break free from this cycle?
Ooh, that's a great question.
How do we cultivate this ethical love?
Well, that is a question that Kierkegaard explores in depth through Judge William.
Okay.
He has some pretty radical ideas
I am intrigued.
about lasting and fulfilling relationships.
Okay, well, let's dive into those radical ideas then.
Let's do it. Welcome back.
Okay, so last time
Yes.
we left off with this idea of ethical love
Right.
being the key
Yes.
to a lasting relationship.
It's the key.
But I'm curious,
Yeah.
how does this actually play out
In real life.
in real life?
Right.
Like, how do we make this happen?
Well, Judge William uses some interesting analogies to explain this.
He does. He does. He loves analogies. He's a master.
Oh, the ship.
Oh, the ship.
Yes, I love that.
He compares marriage to a ship.
He does.
And he says that passion
Passion.
is like the wind in the sails.
It's that initial
It gets you going.
momentum, the excitement, but
You need a
skilled captain.
A captain at the helm.
Right. Otherwise, you
Bogey.
just get tossed around.
You're just adrift.
You're adrift.
Yeah.
So who's the captain in this analogy?
Well, for Judge William,
Mhm.
the captain.
Embodies those principles
Okay.
of ethical love.
Okay.
It's about having that clear direction,
Mm-hmm.
being able to navigate those challenges,
Right.
and making decisions that are for the best interest of the entire ship.
Which is the marriage.
The marriage, exactly.
Okay, so it's more than just
Bring more.
having these intense feelings for each other.
It's more than the feelings.
You got to steer the ship.
You got to steer it.
Right.
It's about that commitment,
Uh-huh.
even when it's hard.
Even when the seas get rough.
When the seas get rough,
Weather the storm together.
weather the storm together.
I like that.
Me too.
Okay, but the captain steering the ship analogy
Yeah.
kind of seems like it's the man's role to be the
Right.
captain,
To take charge.
to provide that direction.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, where does that leave?
Where's the woman?
The woman.
Yeah.
Her agency.
Her individuality.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Well,
I mean, we have to consider
Yeah.
context.
of when he was writing this,
Right, right.
like it was a different time,
Different time.
different views on gender roles.
Absolutely.
So are we supposed to take his words with a grain of salt then?
I think it's more nuanced
Okay.
than that. I don't think he was
Yeah.
trying to promote male dominance or anything,
Right.
but he was working within that framework of
The time.
the time. Exactly.
But seen as the leader,
Decision maker.
the decision makers, yeah.
So how do we
apply this today?
how do we reconcile that with
modern ideas
our modern ideas
of equality?
of equality?
That's the challenge.
Yeah.
I think we can actually find clues within his own writing.
Oh, okay.
Remember that couple?
Which one?
The one that seemed kind
Yeah,
of paradoxical?
The one that seemed indifferent
Yes.
in public,
Indifferent in public.
but had this deep connection.
in private,
Yes.
he holds them up as...
I mean, I thought that was weird. It is kind of strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think there's a deeper message there.
Okay.
By cultivating that private sphere
Okay.
away from societal expectations and judgments.
Okay.
A couple creates a space
Where they can
where they can be themselves
just be themselves.
authentically.
Okay, so maybe there's a way for both men and women
Yeah.
to find that balance
Balance.
between individuality
Individuality.
and togetherness.
And togetherness.
Yeah, it's not about fitting into these
Right.
rigid roles.
It's not about the roles. It's about navigating those complexities
Yeah,
in a way that honors
both.
both, yeah.
Individual needs.
Individual needs
Yeah.
and the shared commitment.
The commitment.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
And it goes back to that idea of ethical love.
Right.
It's a choice.
It is a choice.
You're shaping the relationship.
Yeah, you're not just letting it happen to you.
Exactly.
Okay, so speaking of choices,
Yes.
one of the most radical things that he says
Oh, yeah.
is that true love thrives on distance.
Distance and mystery.
Distance and
I
mystery.
know, I know.
In this day and age,
It's counterintuitive, right?
we're supposed to share everything.
Everything.
Constant communication.
Social media.
All of it.
All the time.
But he's saying that can actually
Stifle
the relationship.
Stifle it. Too much closeness can lead to a loss of individuality.
So you lose yourself
You lose yourself.
in the relationship.
You become indistinguishable.
Almost like you become one person
Almost like one person.
instead of two.
Yeah.
So he's saying maintaining that sense of self,
Maintain that sense of self
even with ill,
within the relationship.
is important. It's crucial.
But not just for
Not just for the individual,
the relationship itself.
for the relationship.
Okay.
When two people can be their own
Yeah.
unique selves,
Yeah.
their coming together is more special.
Okay.
It's like,
Two different melodies
okay,
coming together
Yeah.
to create this beautiful harmony.
I like that.
Yeah.
So not two halves making a whole,
Yeah.
but two wholes.
Two holes
It's
to
not
make
bad.
something even greater.
Yes.
Yes, and that requires space for
Okay.
individual growth.
So we need that distance
We need some distance
to
to
actually
actually
become more Interesting.
more interesting people.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
It's not just a cliche.
It's a key
It's a key ingredient
to lasting love.
to lasting love, yes.
Okay, I can see that.
Now, I know
Yeah.
this whole distance thing can be tricky.
It can.
It's not about
Yeah.
building walls or playing games.
Right.
But it's about recognizing that
Even in the closest relationships,
even in the closest,
you need space.
we need space.
So how do you,
How do you find that balance?
yeah, how much distance is too much distance?
That's the question, isn't it?
It is.
There's no easy answer. I think Judge William would say,
Yeah.
be intentional about it.
Okay.
Talk to your partner.
Communicate.
Communicate
That's
your
the big-
needs.
Yeah.
Create those opportunities
For both.
for togetherness and separateness.
Okay.
And trust that the love
Love can withstand it.
can withstand a little distance.
It's a delicate dance.
It is a delicate dance.
Okay, now before we wrap this up,
Yes.
there's one more thing from Judge William
Oh, yes.
that I want to
Lay it on me.
lay it on us.
Okay.
He writes,
Yes.
romantic love shows that it is immediate by the fact that it follows a man through life. Conjugal love shows its immediacy by the fact that it is always in the present instant of the embrace.
Wow.
Okay, that was a mouthful.
I know, right?
Break it down
Break it down.
for us.
He's essentially contrasting
Okay.
the fleeting nature of romantic love,
Okay.
which often lingers in the past
Okay.
or projects itself into the future,
Right.
with that grounded presence
Yeah.
of conjugal love,
Yeah.
which focuses on the here and now.
Okay.
So romantic love,
Yeah.
it's all about the chase,
The longing.
the what if,
Yeah.
but conjugal love is about inhabiting the moment,
It's about being present.
being present,
Yeah.
savoring the connection you have right now.
Like the difference between
Yes.
daydreaming about a vacation
The planning,
and actually
feeling the sand.
feeling the sand on your feet.
Yes.
Yes.
He's arguing that ability
To be present
to be present, to appreciate your partner
in each moment
in each moment,
Yeah.
that is essential
for ethical love.
for ethical love.
It's like mindfulness
Mindfulness
in a relationship.
in a relationship. Exactly.
Choosing to be present.
Choosing to be present.
Okay.
This is good stuff.
It is good stuff, but
Yeah.
Judge William focuses so much
Yes.
on the dynamic
Between
between...
the husband and wife.
What about individual growth
Oh, that's a good question.
within a marriage?
Within the marriage.
Does Kierkegaard's concept
Yeah.
even allow for that?
That is brilliant.
Like, can we
have both?
grow as individuals
Yes.
and have this ethical love?
Yeah.
I think to answer that,
Okay.
we need to bring in another voice,
Oh. What?
one that's been missing so far.
Who?
Well, aesthete,
The aesthete, the one who?
the recipient of the letter,
Okay, Judge William's friend.
the friend who represents
The other side.
the aesthetic way of life.
Oh, okay. So we're finally going to hear from him.
I think it's time.
Okay, let's do it. All right, welcome back to our deep dive into Kierkegaard.
We are finally going to hear from the other side of this whole marriage debate,
Yes, the aesthete.
the aesthete.
So far, we've been unpacking Judge William's view,
Right. All about ethical love.
the ethical love.
Chapman.
But we haven't really heard what the aesthete thinks about all this.
No, we haven't heard his side of the story.
Right.
Remember, either or presents two contrasting views.
The aesthetic and the ethical. Exactly.
So how do you think the aesthete would respond to Judge Williams' take on marriage?
Well, I think he might actually view marriage as kind of a trap,
A trap.
especially when you see it through the lens of ethical love.
That's a pretty strong word.
It is. Why a trap?
Well, think about it. The
Huh.
aesthete, he's all about personal freedom, self-expression.
Right. He wants to experience everything.
Exactly.
So marriage, with all of its commitments and responsibilities,
Right.
he might see that as something that could stifle him,
Hold him back,
turn him into a boring husband,
basically.
instead of this vibrant free spirit.
Exactly.
So he's all about living in the moment, chasing those experiences.
Yes, he doesn't want to be tied down.
Okay, but doesn't that lead to a pretty shallow existence?
That's exactly what Judge William would say.
Right, always chasing pleasure, never forming deep bonds.
A life lacking depth.
So again, we're back to this tension.
That tension between the aesthetic and the ethical.
Can you have both?
Can you have personal growth and self-discovery
Within,
within a committed ethical relationship?
is that even possible?
That's the question.
The million-dollar question.
I think Kierkegaard would say,
Yeah,
there's no easy answer.
right.
He's not giving us a formula.
It's more about making us think.
about our own values
And making choices.
that align with those values.
Recognizing there are different ways to approach love.
Different ways,
Relationships,
each with its own.
benefits, and drawbacks.
Okay, so no right way to do it.
No one right way.
What works for one person?
Might not work for another.
But the important thing is
Just be intentional.
about the choices you make.
And understand the implications of those choices.
It's about taking ownership of your own journey,
Exactly.
whether you're more aesthetic, more ethical, or somewhere in between.
Exactly.
I like that.
And I think both Judge William and the aesthete would agree
On what?
that this process of wrestling with these questions, grappling with the paradoxes of love and life,
It's important.
it's essential for growth.
You define yourself through that struggle.
You create meaning.
Wow, this has been an incredible conversation.
It has.
But what does it all mean for our listener?
Well, I think Kierkegaard is urging us
To do what?
to move beyond those simplistic ideas of love.
To really examine our values.
Examine your values.
Understand the different ways we can approach commitment.
And embrace the complexity,
The messiness
the beauty,
of human connection.
all of it.
He's not giving us a recipe for a perfect marriage.
No.
He's giving us tools to navigate this crazy thing called love.
He is.
To be active participants in our own love stories.
Yes.
Wow, what a journey.
It is a journey.
This has been so enriching.
It has.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To our listener, thank you for joining us.
We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.
Bye for now.